Let's be honest, the idea of turning Minecraft into a feature film sounded risky. A game with no plots, no characters, just pixels, pickaxes, and endless possibilities. And yet, against it all, a Minecraft movie 2025 didn't just build a world, it built a phenomenon. From the first teaser, it was clear this wasn't just a film for fans, it was a culture event. Kids, gamers, nostalgic millennials, even people who never touched the game showed up. And the box office? Record breaking. How did this blocky sandbox break into the mainstream? It embraced what made Minecraft legendary: creativity, freedom, and imagination. But it also added something the gamer never had: heart, story, and surprisingly emotional weight. Here's a twist. The Minecraft movie didn't rely on explosion or celebrity voices, it relied on connection. Yes, the film is full of visual spectacle, creepers, redstone traps, Enderman in IMAX. It's Minecraft on a whole new scale. But what elevates it is the emotional foundation it quietly sneaks in. The story about creation, destruction, and finding meaning in a world where everything can be reshaped mirrors what the games always represented. It's a metaphor for growing up in a digital world, for building identity, for losing, rebuilding, and thriving. It's not flawless, but it's bold, it's weird, it's widely sincere, and it proves that even a story born in pixels can feel deeply human. You wouldn't expect a movie based on a Minecraft to deliver meaningful characters, and yet, here we are. The film introduced a ragtag group of unlikely heroes, each reflecting the archetypes we thought we knew from gaming: the builder, the griefer, the redstone genius, the survivalist. But instead of leaning into cliches, the film rewired them. They're quirky, yes, but surprisingly complex. The interaction carry genuine weight, relationship develop in the background of exploding temples and lava-filled caves. And just like in the game, no one leads the team. They build together, argue, fail, and eventually collaborate. It's a refreshing take on ensemble storytelling. They aren't just avatars, they are metaphors for how communities form in digital spaces. What's a quest without a worthy adversary? In the Minecraft movie, the antagonist isn't just a big bad boss, it's something much more light. In the Minecraft movie, the antagonist isn't just a big bad boss, it's something much more light. Without spoiling too much, the film explores what happens when unchecked power, even in a sandbox, spirals out of control. The villain, crafted from a familiar in-game entity, isn't just a threatening, he's tragic. His motivation makes sense, and in many ways he reflects the darker side of the Minecraft experience: grieving, obsession, and control. But the real conflict, it's not just about beating him, it's about understanding what we built and what we destroyed. And for a movie made of blocks, that's surprisingly nuanced. Let's talk about the visuals, because honestly, this could have been a disaster. A world made of cubes on a big screen received for ridicule, right? But instead, the Minecraft movies embraces a pixelated charm and transforms into a full-blown cinematic playground. The biomes from snowy tundras to lush jungles and hellish nether zones are stunning in motion. What's genius is how the world evolves in real time. Buildings pop up mid-fight, landscapes shift with redstone traps, and sky islands collapse in the epic snowdowns. The physics don't obey logic, they obey Minecraft logic. It's a pure spectacle, but rooted in something players know deeply: the joy of shaping a world, one block at a time. Let's be real. This movie could have drawn on cringy gamer jokes, but instead it pulls off something smart. The humor isn't just cheap meme references, it's layered, a mix of visual gags. Yes, someone accidentally digs straight down, subtle nods to real game culture. Remember the guy who always hoards diamonds, and surprisingly sharp dialogue. And yet, the movie knows when to meme. From awkward villager jokes to a perfectly timed creeper cameo, it feels like a love letter to both old school players and new gen TikTok kids. This isn't just a nostalgia bait, it's proof that comedy in a gaming adaptation can actually feel earned. Let's talk story, because let's face it, adapting Minecraft, a game with no narrative, into a film with emotional stakes, that's a high stakes creative risk. But somehow they pull off a surprisingly coherent and compelling plot. The core setup is survival. A rector group of players wakes up in a randomly generated world. No memory, no guidance, just instance, a starter map, and he knowledge that something is coming. Samsung Ender. The progression mirrors the game, from punching trees and building dead hearts to organizing into factions and preparing for the ends. It's familiar for players, but freely paced for newcomers. And most importantly, the stakes feel earned. When a key character gets blown up by a creeper, it hurts. Not bad for a story that started with blocks and now script. On the surface, it's all fun and crafting. But dig deeper, pun intended, and the movie explores some surprisingly mature. So many players who use the game as escape. This movie doesn't scream, it seems, it lets them flicker between the action like torchlight in a mineshaft, and that restraint, that's rare. A live action Minecraft movie with this cast, it shouldn't work. Yet somehow it does, and with surprising charm. Jason Momoa leads the crew with his usual swear, but he leans into humor and self-awareness. He's not just a blocky bruiser, he's a reluctant leader, the one who doesn't want to fight dragon but does it anyway. Supporting cast made up of comedic upstarts and even one or two internet personalities surprisingly balances the tone. You got the nerdy engineer, the chaotic archer, the quiet strategist, all archetypes. Sure, but the performance bring heart and a wink of irony. They don't play it too straight, which is exactly what this blocky sandbox world needs. It's Minecraft, not Macbeth. Here's where the film really mines gold, the visuals. Instead of going hyper-realistic or fully animated, the film strikes a wild middle ground. Live action actors in a stylized, voxel-inspired world. It's a part retro, part surreal, and all immersive. Grass block shimmers just like shadows from your favorite mod. Torches cast dynamic shadows. Redstone circuits actually make sense. And in Realm, it's a cross between a neon fever dream and a cosmic horror sequence. It's jaw-dropping. And here's the best part. They don't over-explain it. They know narrative saying this is how Minecraft works. The film trusts the audience, both fans and newcomers, to just feel the logic of the world. That trust pays off in spades, or should we say, diamond picks. It was always going to come down to this, the end. The Ender Dragon, the final boss. But the Minecraft movie flips expectations. Instead of mindless monster, the Ender Dragon here becomes something more, an almost mythical force, woven into the lore of the world like a digital god. The final act doesn't just feature a battle, it's an existential confrontation. What do you do when your world is breaking apart, block by block? The build-up is genially eerie. Endermen appear like glitchy ghosts watching. Wait, the sky turns lavender. The soundtrack slows, the dread creeps in, and when the final showdown hits, it's epic, yes, but also poetic. This is sacrifice, there's redemption, there's a moment where silence says more than any explosion could. It's a kind of climax you don't expect from a pixelated game, and yet here it is. You didn't expect Minecraft to make you tear up, did you? The score, composed with digital nods to C418's iconic tracks, become the emotional spine of the film. It's ambient, it's eerie, it's nostalgic, but it's also smart. Moments of silence are used just as effectively, especially when a character places a final block or watches a base burn to the ground. That contrast between 8-bit whimsy and raw human feeling. It hits. The music doesn't try to tell you how to feel. It lets you see it in the world and remember your world, the one you built in your own game, alone or with friends. That's the genius of it. You're not just watching a soundtrack, you're hearing memories. At some point, this stopped being just a movie about blocks, it became a datecast. When Minecraft first launched, it was a niche indie project. Then it took over classrooms, servers, YouTube, and now the big screen. But the Minecraft movie doesn't just write nostalgia, it transforms it. The film becomes a celebration of creativity, of the little kid building a dead heart, of the redstone genius making roller coasters, of the quiet, weird beauty of digging tunnels to nowhere. And it doesn't shy away from showing how deep the game has embedded itself in internet culture. Creeper jokes, pick riding memes, speedrun references. It's all here, but done smartly. Not pandering, not forced, just lovingly translated from game to film, from fandom to feature. This isn't not a game adaptation, it's a culture moment. Let's talk money, because this movie made a lot of it. Nobody expected a pixelated survival game to go head to head with traditional studio blockbusters, but the Minecraft movie shaded projections, not just because fans showed up, but because the film had crossover appeal. Parents came with family vibe, gamers came for the lore, casual viewers came out of curiosity and stayed for the surprisingly emotional journey. And then came the merch, the memes, the mod references. Suddenly Steve and Alex weren't just avatars, they were movie stars. This is how niche becomes mainstream, how a game with no rules becomes a film with something real to say. It wasn't just about mining and crafting anymore, it was about making history. At first glance, Minecraft looks simple, just blocks, crafting, and pickaxe, maybe a creeper or two, but under the surface, it's existential. The film captures that feeling of waking up alone in a new world with nothing, of failing, dying, respawning, building again. It's not just a gameplay, it's a metaphor for resilience, imagination, and the quiet process of becoming who you are when no one is watching. That's what makes the Minecraft movie powerful. Not the plot twist, not the celebrity cameos, but the way it understands that every person, kid or adult, at some point has felt lost in an open world and decided to create something anyway. The game wasn't just a sandbox, it was a mirror. And now the movie reflects the truth. So, was the Minecraft movie perfect? No. But was it important? Unquestionably. It's not easy to take a game about freedom and silence and turn it into a compelling cinematic journey, and yet somehow this film pulled it off. Yes, it stumbles at times, but when it works, it soars. It becomes a love letter to a generation who grew up mining diamonds and 3 a.m., who learned about friendship through multiplayer chaos, who didn't just play Minecraft, but lived it. This movie isn't just a story, it's a timestamp, a marker of how gaming has come and how powerful storytelling becomes when you trust the source material and the audience. So when the credits roll and the blocks fade to black, the Minecraft movie leaves us with something rare, not just a film to remember, but a world we helped build, now on the big screen. Thank you for joining me in this review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe. I truly appreciate every one of you. Let's make movie review not just informative, but truly beautiful and engaging together. This was Amello. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Ta-da!